Well, this is episode 6 and we still don't know my kitten's gender, so we don't have a name yet. The biggest news to hit us this week is that while Matt Reeves' The Batman is going into production in UK, they have already ordered a spin-off of The Anatomy of Corruption in the Gotham City Police Department, which is set in the same universe as the Matt Reeves Batman. Which is kind of surprising because till date, Warner Brothers has worked on keeping its TV and movie properties a little separate. I mean, very separate, especially with the Arrowverse and the DCEU. But that's changing and I'm excited to see what happens with this. The next big one is that there is a Hulk Hogan biopic in the making, and guess who's going to play Hulk Hogan? Chris Hemsworth, the guy who played Thor, and he says that he's going to put on even more bulk than he did when he played Thor. I mean, I don't even know how that's possible, and he's going to shave his head strategically for accuracy. We know what that means. And this movie is being directed by Todd Phillips, the same guy who directed Joaquin Phoenix's Joker and blew our minds. The movie is expected to cover Hulk Hogan's wrestling, movies, music, career, as well as the numerous lawsuits Sir Hulk Hogan has faced along the way. Well, he's not actually a knight, I just said Sir Hulk Hogan. And when this movie is ready, it will be streaming straight to Netflix. So, who's excited? Disney is continuing its trend of doing live action remakes of animated classics. They've already done Beauty and the Beast, Lion King, Jungle Book, Mulan's coming up, Lady and the Tramp. And now they're gonna do Peter Pan, Robin Hood, Little Mermaid and Hercules. Damn, Disney, you're really busy right now. But what we do know about these movies is very little. Like the Russo brothers are supposed to produce the Hercules live action remake. Halle Bailey, who's an R&B singer who I think was discovered by Beyonce, is going to be starring as the Little Mermaid. And we do know that Jude Law is in talks to play Hook in the Peter Pan movie. I'm not sure how I feel about live action remakes because my heart still remains with the animated Lion King, the animated Jungle Book, the animated classics as such. I guess I'm a little old school that way, but definitely going to watch it when it comes out. Next up, we have Ubisoft, which had this little digital press conference of sorts called Ubisoft Forward, where they made some pretty big announcements. First off, we have the next installments of Watch Dogs, which is called Watch Dogs Legion, and it's set in London with this DedSec community of hackers who's going to take power back from this security agency which has taken over the government because there were a bunch of terrorist attacks. It looks kind of cool. You can even recruit people walking on the streets and you can do missions as them, and each of them come with a different set of characteristics. Sounds massive, sounds open world at its finest. So let's see what happens on October 29th when it's expected to launch on all current and next gen consoles. Next up, we have Assassin's Creed Valhalla. We've seen the trailer before, but last night we got a look at the gameplay and how the AI is smarter and how the raiding works and how the Vikings are just gonna kick ass in old England where they've gone to take over. Valhalla is launching on November 17th and it's going to be a very big game from the looks of it. And finally, the biggest announcement was Far Cry 6. Why was it biggest? Because the baddie, the dictator of this Caribbean island is going to be Giancarlo Esposito. I'm hoping I'm saying his name right. He's the same guy who played Gus Fring in Breaking Bad, Moff Gideon in The Mandalorian, and he's just the absolute ultimate badass. He's calm, his voice is so soothing, but all he wants to do is screw your life over. So I'm gonna have trouble preparing to kill him because I'm just gonna be mesmerized when he's there talking. I mean, that's what happened when I saw the trailer. I was like, whatever you're saying is alright. It's cool. So yeah, that's gonna happen, but it's coming out on Feb 18, 2021. So I'm gonna mentally prepare myself to be ready to kill him when I face him and not just stand there and be like, okay, whatever you say, can you recruit me? That's not gonna happen. So that's what happened at Ubisoft Forward. In this week's reviews, we have The Old Guard, which has released on Netflix, starring Charlize Theron, who's leading a bunch of soldiers who've been around for a very, very long time. I don't want to give away too much of the plot because I didn't see the trailer and I actually had fun watching it because I didn't know what to expect. It looks at the beginning like it's going to be a version of Chris Hemsworth Extraction, which released earlier this year, but it wasn't. It evolved into something else. And was actually very fun. I mean, some of the writing was pretty smart and the dialogues at times make you pause and be like, that would be torturous. But yes, it is actually a fun movie. So if you haven't seen it already, please go and watch it. And if you've seen it, tell me what you think of it. And before I sign out, a friendly reminder that Season 2 trailers of The Boys on Amazon Prime and The Umbrella Academy on Netflix are out. You should check them out. I have seen them. The Boys look even more badass than before. The Umbrella Academy looks like it's trying to fix its little pacing errors from the first season. I can't tell. I have not seen it yet. But once I see it, I will tell you what I think of it so that you don't have to waste your time in case it's not worth your time. So with that, this is me, Xerxes, signing out from this episode of Geekout Weekly.